In this video I'm going to review the SJCAM M10, which is a 1080p or HD sports action camera which you can get from GearBest for about £70. You can also get it from lots of other places like Amazon, even from the SJCAM website themselves. And you can see that this SJCAM packaging is really good. This is a high quality product, so I'm expecting quite a lot from this SJCAM. On the front it says 30 meters water resistant, and it actually is water resistant. You can go swimming with this camera. It also says it uses H.264 compression, which is pretty standard. Here is the camera itself in its waterproof housing, and if we remove this waterproof housing we can take a closer look. Actually, the dimensions of this camera are a little bit deceptive because it is actually a bit deeper than a lot of the other sports action cameras, but it's not as wide as some of the others. So on this side of it, we've got the mini HDMI port, USB port and SD card slot. On the other side, we've got up and down buttons and also a menu button. On the top, we've got the power button and the shutter button and also a charging indicator. And on the bottom, we've got the battery compartment. Now this camera is very light, which is what you would expect and what you'd want for a camera that you're going to have to carry around. There are loads of accessories in the box for attaching this to bicycle helmets, sort of action helmets, bicycle handlebars. There's also a spare door for the waterproof housing. There's also some SJCAM stickers in case you want to get particularly fanatical about SJCAM, an instruction manual which tells you how to use this sports action camera, a little cleaning cloth which is always nice, lots of sticky pads, a strap, and also a micro USB to USB charging cable. So if we turn this camera on by pressing the mode button or power button on the top here, I'll just change the exposure so that you can see the screen a little bit better. You can see that we get this nice little LCD screen that is quite small, and we can flip through the modes on this by pressing the mode button on the top, so we can get to photos, we can get to a review mode, and unlike the other cameras we have to press the M button or menu button on the side to get to the menu and look at the settings. So obviously this is a 1080p action camera at 30 frames a second, and we can also do lower resolution if we want. There's also loop recording if you're going to use this as a dash cam, so it'll only keep 3 minutes of video or whatever. There's also an HDR mode where it'll try and balance out the exposure in the image. It can also start recording when it detects motion. You can also decide not to record audio if you don't want to. There's video lapses, which is basically just making time-lapse videos. You can change the image size for the photos, the quality and the sharpness, but I guess you'll keep those all the same. There are also some more technical things like changing the ISO and the exposure of the images. Face detection so that this will focus on a face. Underwater mode, which is basically just a colour filter. Capture mode, which is a timer. Burst mode, which allows you to take more than one photo at a time. And then the dash cam mode, which turns the sports camera on when it detects power through the USB. So that's about it for the settings, but really the most important thing is to take a look at the image and video quality. So let's do that now. So here's an image taken in my back garden at the highest quality settings. You can see that the colours look very realistic, very vibrant, the image is quite sharp. There's a sort of distortion around the edge, but that's because this is a wide angle camera. All in all, this is pretty good for a sports action camera. But I guess you're going to be more interested in video, so here is some video. You can see there's quite a high dynamic range in this image. The shadows are quite dark and the highlights are quite light, which gives it quite a realistic feel. I also think the colours are really very nice from this camera. The image is very smooth. All in all, I'm extremely happy with the video quality on this camera. So I've reviewed 3 of these sports action cameras over the last year, and next week I'm going to upload a comparison between the 3 of them so I can show you which one is best. You'll have to subscribe if you want to see where this ranks along with the other action cameras, but if you're interested in this one anyway and you can't wait, I'll leave a link to it down below. Also, if you've got any questions about this camera, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for another unboxing and review.